This is a satellite picture taken on March 15th. And note, first of all, the snow cover that's still on the ground at that time. But second of all, notice the rivers there in eastern Nebraska and how out of the banks they are. Then look at this next slide and how all that moisture on the 22nd, 1 week later, is in the Missouri River Valley, and how wide the Missouri River is at that point, going all the way down toward Kansas City. So, and at the bottom of the screen there. So a massive amount of water, unprecedented flooding across much of Nebraska and then stretching into western Iowa, this not counting all the other saturated fields and ponding. But there is a tremendous number of acres that will simply not be repaired in time, let alone dry out in time to get them planted this year, let alone the losses to grain and storage bins and to livestock that were lost. There's a number of estimates out there, a number of acres that won't get planted and grain lost, and also on livestock losses. The losses were very severe for the people who encountered them. From the standpoint of the national numbers, they will be a rather small percentage. And when you put them into perspective of today's larger stocks and larger corn acreage estimates and the existing large soybean stocks, unfortunately for the farmers involved, it's not going to be a significant market factor, and it's going to be less of a market factor for corn after today's report than what it might have otherwise been. As we look at the April forecast here, again, we see a pretty wet pattern setting up for the southern plains, stretching over toward the Mississippi River. May stays wet in the plains. We think we could see a lot of wheat disease there, perhaps a low quality, a low protein wheat crop with a lot of nitrogen not getting put on, and maybe some disease problems, foliar diseases, and saturation of soils, meaning leaching of nitrogen that is in the soils. So some concerns there. Overall, planting delays in the Midwest, not quite the concern that they were, but we're going to have to watch it. As we look toward the summer, we're still just looking at 16% odds of hot, dry conditions. Overall, we're looking for modestly warmer weather across much of the Midwest, maybe some heat in the Central Plains, but generally pretty good rainfall, normal to above normal rainfall. One of the things that we need to watch is the factor, the expectation that 1993 is one of the analog years. Forecasters have not been expecting us to have a 1993 extreme pattern that would really hurt production in the Midwest, because sea surface temperatures off the Baja of California have not been warm enough, but they have started warming in recent days, so we're going to have to keep our eye on that.